So back in mid-July, my wife and I decided to get away from everything, go to a place where we wouldn't have to wear a mask. So we decided to go camp for the weekend here at Lake Leo. This has been a place that's been on my bucket list for a while. I've gotten a handful of reports from sightings to vocalizations, wood knocks coming from this area. So I've been dying to get out here and camp. But when I go camping with my wife, she always asks me to, can't we just go out and relax and not do any bigfooting? So I always agree, but I'm always secretly still bigfooting, even though I'm not. So I didn't take a lot of equipment, but I did take a digital recorder with me, and we did get some vocalizations. So the first day we did some hiking around the area. We hiked maybe 3 or 4 miles around the general area, and we didn't find anything really out of the ordinary. We did come across what appeared to be a fresh tree break, but of course, tree breaks are always, questionable, and anything could cause them, even other animals. So it's always smart to document what you find, even if it's not potential Bigfoot evidence. But it's always good just to document it. And these are the stick structures that are the tree breaks that we found on one of our hikes in the general area, where we actually did capture some vocalizations the following night. So around 3 o'clock in the morning on our last night there, my wife wakes me up and says she is hearing some distant screams off in the distance. Then she eventually then told me that she could hear other campers discussing the same thing that she was hearing. She could hear them, talking about it. We did not have the campground to ourselves. There were a few other campers there at this campground, but she was hearing these vocalizations around 3 o'clock in the morning. So we laid there for the longest time, but we never did hear anything until about between 5:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning is when we started to hear some distant screams way off in the distance. Now, my recorder did pick up some vocalizations, so I will be playing those here. But first, I'm going to play what my wife was saying to me in the tent at around 3 o'clock this morning.
Say it now.
I heard something, and it did it twice. And I was debating on, okay, what exactly was that? But because, like I said, you were snoring and breathing, I couldn't hear it real as good as I wanted to. But what was interesting to me is that they obviously heard what I heard and started conversing about it. I think that's what was interesting to me, because I didn't realize anybody was out there.
And that was around probably 3:20 if you said it was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, it's starting to rain again.
So the audio you're about to hear is what we captured that morning. The wildlife was already coming to life, the birds, the squirrels, so you're going to hear a lot of those. But what you're going to be listening to are two distinct howls, high-pitched howls. And in between those two howls, there's a very faint, distant scream. It's really hard to hear, but the two howls are very clear. About 30 minutes later, we ended up hearing two different wood knocks, and those wood knocks eventually got me out of the tent because they sounded so close. But we never saw anything, but the recorder did capture it, so here's the audio of that.